And we're going to end on this. A little spicy. You guys know I like spicy. I like a little negativity. A little violence. We don't condone violence on this show. We understand it. And Stephen A. had some very, very, very choice words for one Zion Williamson. I mean, these choice words that Stephen A. had for Zion Williamson, and when I say violence, I mean on sight, Zion might have to snuff Stephen A. When Zion sees Stephen A. Smith, he need to send a text to Stephen A. Smith and say, when you see me, as the young people say, no cap, on God, on hood and them, or whatever they saying nowadays. Zion got to send a text to Stephen A. and say, when you see me, just put your hands up. Not like this. Like this. Because what you said about me on national TV, I got to snuff you. Let me be clear. Unfiltered with Jesse Holley does not condone violence. We just understand it. And sometimes, even when it's true, you got to check people every now and again. Because I can't just let you be out here saying what you want to me, how you want to say it about me. We get a little bit too, we get a little bit too flippant at the mouth with just saying anything about folks. And there has to be at some point in time a little bit of level of repercussions for you just feeling like it's okay to spew whatever you want in my name.
What do you say for the people that didn't hear?
I'm gonna get to it. This is called I'm building up. So they listening now like, well, what did he say? What did he say, Jesse? Damn, get to what did he say? I'm getting to it. Y'all and Tay both trying to rush me. Let me get to this first. Let me work through this. This is how you build up a crescendo. This is when Michael Jackson came out on stage and he just stood there and he said, just let it simmer. I'm letting it simmer. I'm gonna get to what Stephen A. said. Don't worry. Don't you fret. I'm gonna get to what Stephen A. said. But let me reiterate. This show does not condone violence at all. This show does not condone violence at all. We just understand it. We understand that sometimes it's just necessary. Sometimes you got to knock spit out of somebody's mouth. Sometimes you got to knock taste off out of somebody. Sometimes you got to knock somebody's head off their shoulders. We understand it. But what I'm getting at, and why Zion should send the text to Stephen A. Smith and say to him, it's smoke. Wherever it's smoke in the city, there will be some furniture moving, and I am going to try to bust you to the white meat when I see you. During a live broadcast and on his weekly show, the #1 sports talk show in the country, might I add. That's making it even worse. A lot of people watching. Zion has historically been a big-boned, I'm going to say big-boned, husky, thick. But Zion has really, really, really shown himself to be a dude who doesn't take conditioning, nutrition, working out, health, wellness, and fitness serious. He's had a rash of injuries. He's had more games on the sideline than he's actually played. And even this season, he's looking thick. His trainer even came out and kind of was like, I guess they not on the same page no more. And he had some things. But what Stephen A. said that I think Zion got to see him about is he called Zion fat. Said he had a gut on national TV. But then he went even more deeper into it. And I quote, Stephen A. said, I'm not exaggerating. I'm quoting people. He said he's known some chefs, some folks in New Orleans who have restaurants. He said, you got chefs in New Orleans who love him. They looking for him being Zion. Every chef there wants to meet Zion. Well, why do they want to meet Zion? Are they Pelican fans? NBA fans? No. Stephen A. goes on and says, the word out is Zion Williamson, on Zion Williamson, is that he'll eat the table. I gotta snuff him. Stephen A. said the word out of New Orleans, New Orleans. The word out of the boot, Louisiana. The word circling, and they do have some delicious food in Louisiana. God, I love me some New Orleans. Boudin, alligator. I don't even need the sweets. Give me just to give me the good food. But Stephen A. is saying the word on the street is that the chefs is looking for Zion. That's foul. The chefs are looking for Zion? They want to meet him? They saying if you tricking on them strippers and them porn stars, come eat. Bring them too. They are looking for him. Every chef there wants to meet him. The word out on Zion is that he'll eat the table. There's no way you don't snuff Stephen A. when you see him. We don't condone violence, we just understand it. He said that on national TV. If I'm Zion, I'm sick. But I said this when the New Orleans Pelicans drafted him out of that school in Durham. I said, Zion, if I was him, because he was thick and kind, he's been a big boned dude forever. From South Carolina, you just knew. You can look at Zion and look at his butt. Like he had a big old bubble butt, just thick. Pause. No offense to anybody. But you just knew, like, this dude gonna get fat if he don't get right. I said when they drafted Zion, I'll find the tweets and I'll put it up. The first thing I would do if I was Zion Williamson is when the commissioner handed me my jersey and I put on my hat and I took the pictures and I did my interview with whoever was there. When I got back to the green room and we're on our way to the bus or to the car to head on the plane to get to that team to do my press run the next day, I would have been on the phone with LeBron James. Hey, LeBron, how you doing? This is Zion Williamson, man. Oh, yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Congratulations. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. What I want to know is, who is your chef? Who's your nutritionist? Who's your trainer? And when can I come work out with you? Because you think about LeBron, who is 36 years old, 21 years in the league, and he's still doing what he's doing. He spends $1 million a year in health and fitness on his body. Zion seems to be spending $1 million a year at the buffets. Don't snuff me when you see me, Zion. I'm a little younger than Stephen A. These still legit. We don't condone violence on this show. We understand it, though. But I said that Zion needed to call LeBron James, and he needed to figure out a way to work on his body. And it doesn't seem like he has figured that out. You even heard Shaq talk about Zion Williamson during the in-season portion of it when they were playing. And he's saying, you know what? Zion don't even run hard. Like, he don't even run hard enough. He don't get buckets just for being physically more gifted than anybody. Like, he doesn't even use the advantages that he has to be a better player. And I get sometimes it's, rookies and young people and all that kind of stuff. But when you have the resources and the finances, there should be no excuse. You can have a trainer, a nutritionist on staff with you, following you everywhere you go. One of the things that I will applaud LeBron James for is the way that he is sold out on getting his body and keeping his body in tip-top condition. Eating right, living right, doing things right. I remember seeing LeBron James at a Summer League game in Vegas. LeBron James. Summertime. Off season. In Vegas. At the Thomas and Mack Center. If LeBron gets a little hungry, hey, can you run to the set stand and get me a glizzy? Can you run and get me some nachos? Can you get me something, pizza? I watched LeBron James go into his little satchel. Remember, summertime, off season, Vegas, Summer League. I watched him go into his satchel and pull out a Ziploc bag of assorted mix, trail mix. Peanuts, almonds, raisins. I said, that was packed. They ain't stop at 7-Eleven and get that. That was a conscious decision that when we leave the house, I'm focused on eating right. In the summertime, in the off season, that I'm going to have in my satchel, my man purse, a Ziploc bag of trail mix. Because I don't want to eat the nachos. I don't want to have the glizzy. I don't want the pizza, the pretzel. Zion needs to have that mentality. So after he snuffs Stephen A for telling the truth, because he thick, and you are cutting gears off of your what should be a prolific and promising NBA career. You are cutting gears off of that because you're undisciplined, because you lack the ability to do something as simple. If all is true and that money that you were sending to that young lady that was on the internet talking about you, 25,000, 10,000, and that's probably true. Because I know how when jokers in the league, they trick. I ain't telling no stories that y'all don't already know. Then you need to put that same energy and effort into having somebody on staff. Pay them $50,000 a year, $60,000 a year. That wherever you go, they go. And you working out in the morning, maybe twice a day. You go on vacation. Please go on vacation. Take them with you. You have the finances to do so. I'm sure if you really twisted the arm of the Pelicans, like, y'all want me to get in shape? Send somebody. They would foot the bill for you. But Stephen A is right, man. You do have a gut. You are big. And you are wasting away the years of talent that God has given you because you lack the ability to just simply work out and watch what you eat. I know you watching what you eat. I know you watching what you eat. From the fork to your mouth, you watching what you eat. But what's on the fork, you're not really watching what's on there. So I get it. I think Stephen A is 100% correct. But certain things you just can't be saying on national TV. So I understand if Zion see him at the award show, if Zion catch him in Vegas, sometimes you got to press these jokers. But Zion, get yourself in the gym, brother. All right.